All right, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here, and hopefully everything is okay. You guys know that this is a happy birthday celebrations workshops. It is a tradition for a very long time. Uh, I'm happy. I'm happy about this for it. And talking about those workshops, went over through the years about these workshops during particularly those times. They were all timing wise. From the first workshops that were made till the next workshops, they all kind of like a full length right there into my birthday. I mean, I want to say thank you for all of it through the years in there. There was this very good workshop we had at Chicago. Then we had a great workshop in Canada. We had a great workshop at mm, Boston. There, it was all falling off within the birthdays and so on. But as we're talking about with this kind of like a workshop, a lot of the people thinking about what the workshop is for. This is about you asking a questions and I'm answering here. Okay. Some of the people about the workshops when they think they kind of like mispresenting the new energies about the workshops and so on. And I decided to go ahead and do it. It's been a become a tradition for me because I want to rank myself. I want to rank my soul. Okay. What do you do in your birthday? It's kind of like a very kind of like you gotta have time for that part of yourself. Of you've been not only service of others, but sharing your soul, sharing the happiness of soul with others. So with that being said, hi Joe Lacey, hi Karen, thank you for coming in, brother CF. Thank you, brother. I'm glad to have you here, and I want to say thank you guys for everything, for the support. Please ask any questions about anything out there. I'm gonna give it a shot to kind of like giving you the best as I can for it, even though the lately has been out there a lot of problems with the people they have, and I see is a lack of living into the part of the realism. And this is kind of like I'm gonna get started with you guys in here. The living of the reality, or more the accepting the reality within you. There is a kind of like a reality of your desires, wants, needs, and so on. And there is a reality deeply within yourself that you know what is going to be really making you happy. You did the work. You find the problem that you fix from within yourself. The reality is the real who you are. And without reality in there, this is why a lot of the people have the issue of living in the part of understanding it is what it is. Even in the spiritual community, we're talking about people still have, I still have that too, okay, not excluding myself, but working on it to get in there, talking about the spiritual ego in there that is existing for, and it's still based of what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to go, instead of being real within the real life and using the spirituality to create that reality of real life in here. A lot of problem we have with this of sync the reality. And when we are talking about practicing the reality, for you begin to facing the old paradigm, which is the old paradigm is based of it has, it must, it need, that's the way it's supposed to be, that's how it's so. But all those, they have nothing to do with it is what it is. All of them, they don't have that. And living within the it is what it is, it's going to take you some time to develop it within the reality itself in there. As we going through this beautiful evolutions and soul, and particularly we're talking about of the age of Aquarius, is going to teach us you have to be interdependent or depending more on yourself. And when the something has to be happened, you don't have to ask the other person. The other person comes to you and it basically says, I'm giving you this because I know you need it. You don't even have to ask. See, it's not like an old paradigm when you have the expectations of going in there and it's like, I want this from you, or I need this from you. I need you because of this. I want you because of that. You're given some reasons. Those reasons are based out of conditions. And here, how you don't feel that this is a codependency. While you keep on going of doing what you're doing, they see what they actually need. They understand what you actually need. And they come in and doing this on their own. You don't have to make nobody. And then the reality hits you because that's how the real life is. You're not going to be feeling the first times. You're not going to be feeling within that reality. You haven't been real to yourself either for some years. You operated, your belief system was operating on what? What the other told you. You have to go to work, you have to make the money, you have to do this, you cannot have your own company, you cannot have this, you cannot have that. You gotta go to college. The worst thing is when they told you, what kind of profession you're supposed to have, what you need to study, and so on and so on. So with this all kind of like going out of the window during the age of Aquarius, the more realism that's coming up here in the age of Aquarius, that realism, guys, is the power. You to be real first within yourself. You stop lying to your own self, and you are going in there with yourself to be living of the internal happiness within yourself because you know what you need to do. You understand what you need to do. Before you did because of the expectations of others. You're trying to fit into the society in there, and you have to put a face mask on, and you have to be this, and that because that's the way it is. Well, boo, that's not the way it is. Where is your soul in that? Where is was these situations? And now we're talking about even within the twin flames. You guys know what I'm talking about. Being in the twin flame life, for it is actually teaching you to be. It is what it is. In there, hi Jodia, Jodaisi. Kind of like a if you that Jodaisi, if you that was a with the Y, I will say Yoda in there. But I like your name though. Thank you for coming in here. And what are we talking about? If it is what it is, to understand this part of reality, because that part of the reality, oh, my twin flame this, my twin flame that, I'm a so much of this, he or she had to do this and that, and so on and so on. Seen it through the years, did some consultations through the years. I did everything. I studied, I investigated, I went deep. I mean, we're talking about deep. Even that right now with Paulina, we even go more deeper than I ever thought imaginable. Okay? And begin to understand more things of that it is what it is. Because when you work in that it is what it is, you look at to those positions of the reality. And that reality, when you accept it, you are in an inner peace within yourself. Compared to what the rest of the community, basically in the twin flame, they want to know, for example, what they need to do to get their twin flame in the physical realm, what they need to do to get to the union without doing any work. Those are kind of like a workshops. That's what those workshops are for. You to be on that, following the footstep of the people who's been and the people who to put you in the reality, you to go back in there. Maybe your twin flame doesn't want to be with you. Maybe they don't want to talk to you. Do you accept it? No. Why? There is this this codependency in there that is it within you, and you are in pain. You're this, but can you look at it your side in there about it? Did you put pressure on your twin flame? Did you put a pressure because you want to have this survival mode within instead of understanding the portions of the soul and the spirit way, where they guiding you what you need to build the new life, the new earth in there of that perspective of it is what it is. Okay? If you dare really understand your twin flame understands you, you don't have to do this. There was a question in the I am twin flame the other day that I saw it. Can I do a magical spell in order to get my twin flame? Let me tell you this, you're gonna be burning in there. First of all, the person who's gonna do it is gonna burn. But second of all, you're gonna be damaging yourself and them. You need to understand the spirit doesn't like magic, even if for a white purpose. Magic, it's a four-dimensional process. Even though to some of the religions in there, the magic, it is based on it. You can go to a priest and you can tell him, hey, I need this magic, or I need this, I need that. He's been practicing for over 2,000 years. While everything right now in age of Aquarius is based out of the reality. Okay, we have a problem. Can you work on your problem? I'll work on my side. I help you to understand that problem. If you need me, I can help you with the problem. But at the same time, you're like, okay, well, I cannot accept this person have this problem. You're working on yourself to accepting. And that is one of the part of the reality in there of you accepting that the person have issues, the person have problem. A lot of the twin flames doesn't accept this. That's not love. If you're accepting it in there and you put love into their wounds, you're going to be able to heal yourself, not like avoiding, running, or oh, they have problems. Oh man, I just gonna be staying away from it, and so on. Another good big issues that it is lack of proper communications. Let me tell you what the proper communication says. Proper communications is about when things are uncomfortable, you to talk it from your spirit in your soul, and you choose to listen, comprehend, accept, and understand within your spirituality and practice within them. You're not going out there like in the back days. It's like, you know what, you should have done this. You should come in and be next to me, or you kind of like putting demands on it. You don't put a demand on your soul connection. And a lot of the people who are demanding things, they are what? They are attention seekers. They're codependent. Their energy needs has to be fulfilled because they have not built these energies inside. But when the person sees this for it, and they're like, oh, I constantly need my twin flame. Maybe I suffocate him. Maybe I'm draining their energy. Maybe I have to look in there. Why did they feel like this? Why did they don't talk to me? What is this all about it? Why I'm texting them 90% of the time and they only reply like, or text me back or want to have a connect with me 5% of the time. Do you? I know these situations. Some of those are based out of psychology. Some of those are based out of a culture. Okay, you cannot tell me that you're going out on a trip in there and it's like, you know what, I can call you in 5 minutes because I'm too busy. Were you on a trip? Particularly, I know about this in there. You have all the time in the world making excuses. But this is a for easy to understand. Okay, the reality is heavy. The reality maybe is not good, but the reality it is the most proper way. When you have the communications with your soul connections within spirit, in there, let me explain what happens medically to you. Okay, your portions of your subconscious, or those are unawakening, those are unconnected, unfired neurons within your brain. Okay, they're just sitting there, they're empty, and they're just waiting for you to grow. You're gonna need the growth hormone in order they can be activated. So basically, you have to be ready for what it's coming towards you. That is it, this improvement. Those energies that comes in and they work as a you evolve in the next stage and the next stage as a twin flames in there during the ignition state between of twin flames. For what happens is the gravity, the energy field, it is very, very familiar and equal. So what happens is through the gravity field to the magnetic field in there, that magnetic field creates this attraction. Through the magnetic field, the energy levels comes in within. Usually that happens through the, what's calling it, the eye contact. And through the eye contact, the consciousness from the one, it's emitted and it's accepted to the other, and they can exchange consciousness. Usually, the most of the time, that happens only with in the one person who is ready to receive. But the best time is when they are both awakened at the same time. They're exchanging their consciousness. From that exchangeousness of a consciousness in there, from that energy goes inside of your brain and it says like, I need that extra space to operate. So now to that awakening, you feel this light that comes in, you can feel this beautiful love that it goes on in there. Now that energy fires up what it's called the mirroring neurons. The mirroring neurons, they are basically copy and paste that information that you receive from this person inside of your brain. So basically creates this constantly energy of them within you. So within them. And this is how you create this power of the twin flames. You feel these connections of the twins. You're understanding because you're operating in that options inside of you that you right now you didn't have it before. That options of you to expand within your subconsciousness from within yourself. During that positions right now, after the ignition stage that goes in there, it's going to begin to activate certain portions of your brain, the different feelings, different expressions. You're going to be feeling the energies. You're going to be feeling the powers inside of around you, your surround. You begin to operate it on the base of the gravity. You feel like when somebody comes to your gravity field, what do they feel? And you're wondering like, what is this now? I didn't have this before. You basically expand in there. You basically expand, and from that expansions for it, that's how you begin to evolve as a twin flame. Karen, I often miss the respect from twins after going so towards the other twins on life lessons. How was in your journey after multiple twin flames experience? Did you give space to each other? Oh wow, great. This is kind of like a great question. So thank you, Karen. You always given a respect, whatever it is. Even during the awakening, I went to a lot of respect. I went to a lot of issues I didn't understand so much. There was this battle of the ego. There was this push of me to talk, and at some point I let her go to decide if she wants to talk or not. After 4 months, nothing happened. The only thing was she begins to listen to third parties, the situations. She got pregnant with her boyfriend in there, and she left the company, right? For they never seen each other, never talked to each other, communicate each other, because there was too much, right? Too much love. She couldn't take it. She couldn't believe it. And she believed in what? She believed in the people around you. She believed in the people from outside in there. And she believes in something that she believed in her. It took me a while to understand the power of the it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. She doesn't want to be with me. She doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't want to share anything about herself. And there is no communications. Is that point to go on for it? It's not. And without the understanding of it is what it is, I have to let it go. The universe told me, let it go, let it go of these situations. You're not gonna be able to it. There is nothing in there. That person, it's clarified that he doesn't want to have this, even though he have the connections. She's aware of the connections. She understands the connections in there. For it, guess what? People did not have the knowledge back then, Karen, during my awakening, and there was awakening in there. I mean, there were like maybe like 5, 6 of us back in the days that we came out publicly on the twin flame, and we begin to kind of like open this Pandora's box with the twin flames. So I made it a room for her. I made it a room. I accept her pregnancy and so on and so on. Yeah, there was a lot of situations I had to heal in there, especially a pregnant woman when I sees you and feels something in there, she's crying. That is not good. That people who are involved and so on, they have to deal with it. For it, time universe knows how to do, knows how to heal in there. The energy is there. I put that healing energies out in the universe for it. And this is how I did the respect. Okay, talking about the first connections. And after going solo for it, didn't have anything in there for, but I had to learn the journey through other people. Other people had to shows me the part of codependency. The other people, I give them that energy because I had to work with this energy. I needed to understand these energies in there. So there was a lot of lessons. I learned a lot by looking within me. What is going on within me? And start giving the advices of what the people should do. I did, I mean, who knows how many videos on the subject as a twin flame. Maybe this could be just, continue doing it. Even that right now with Paulina, we crossing that stage of graduations and there. We're understanding that once you're crossing that stage of graduating of the twin flames, things will be different. But you need to allow them. They can learn things in their own life. You don't have to put this negative energy, these situations, because with the negative energy, you're passing the negative energies to one to another. You're playing this tennis ball. Today I'm going to be mad at you, and tomorrow you accept her. But tomorrow she's mad at you. And you see that she's mad, right? And then the next day you're the mad one and she's ready to accept it. And this ping pong goes in there because of lack of communications. Most of the twin flames, most of the soul connections with this comes in, they don't have that in there. But by making it that space sometimes, because when this awakening process comes in, their consciousness is within you. You're constantly feeling like they're constantly connecting, constantly next to you, constantly their energy fields is around you. You're constantly thinking about them. It creates this obsession, unhealthy obsession, until understand the power of the soul in there is to accepting what their consciousness trying to improve within you. For you to be able to heal and work with what they're telling you. Okay, and if that is the right thing, is going to be materialized into the 3D. All right. How was this in your journey after multiple twin flame experiences? It's been a lot because each one of it kind of like fulfilled different portions. If you're watching my videos from the beginning, the very first videos of the twin flames, and goes on, you're gonna see the progress of different videos that have been done when I'm on my own, without being in the connections, and with being the connections in there. Okay, that led to a lot of experience in there. I'm thankful to all of them. Okay, I'm thankful to all of them. They all had a different lessons, different journey. But as Keanu Reeves comes in and says, like, hey, you thought that when you do everything about them, you give them an attentions and you give them his proper things and you be there all the time for them, you think that is love. No, that's not love. You know what love is? When things are tough, you communicate properly. When things are tough, they're next to you, they're not running away. When things are tough, you resolve things together in a base that you choose each other. And this is what it was missing all those times in there, because a lot of the people, even within the twin flames experience, they're still operating from the old paradigm, what it's about me, survival mode. And that survival mode for it, that it is basically creates a lot of issues. If my twin flame doesn't give me that, I won't be with them. If my twin flame is not like this, have you caught yourself you're complaining about your twin flame to others? That's wrong. You should talk to your twin flame about situations, not going around trying to figure it out. Yeah, you can go to guides to see, guess what? Most of the guides, they are going to be like, let me work with you. I'm going to do these meditations. I'm going to be giving you this candle magic. I'm going to be doing it in this and so on and so on. I'm going to do these spells and stop with this. The proper way is to talk and communicate with your twin flame. You not communicate with your twin flame into the 3D. You may be living into the La La Land. And what I'm talking on a lot of land is a lot of the people, when I tell them this and I point them to look at it within themselves, in there, most people don't like that, but that is it the right thing. That is it the reality. Okay? Most people are focused within their twin flame. So what happens within all these experiences in there, I begin to look deeply within me. What is it within me in there? And when I understood what I was looking at, for me, I stopped looking at. You stop looking. You see, the moment you start looking for the love is going to come to you. You balance yourself out, you're in inner peace within yourself. You already graduate the personality, the journey within, personally. And then is going to be these connections that's coming in that you don't see it. It's going to be a person that, it's going to be a totally incomparable looks like with you. But they're ready. They have that compatibility within yourself about these uncomfortable talks and make a progress. They are possessing the power of evolution. You see, the rest of the people, they didn't work for the power of the evolution. They sense the energy, they sense the love, they see the spirituality, and they want to have it and they want to use it for their own benefits. A universe, you know what the universe tells them? Oh, you have a lot of way of maturing. You're not gonna get it. Doesn't matter how much you want it. Yeah, you can manipulate and so on and so on. No, you're not gonna happen. And this is why a lot of the people within the twin flame community, they are not even aware of this. Okay. But to that multi connections, multi twin flames experience in there, that helped me a lot to determine a lot of the relationships, what they were based on, what they happens in there, and so on. And this kind of like a navigations of the journey, everything that I could have not done and understood is the primary awakening. That could have been even as a catalyst experience or as a spark, as I said, in there, to you begin to practice it now. And this is what makes the difference between the talkers and the doers. The talkers, they can make a lot of videos, they can go ahead and do all this, they can tell you how, without performance. And the performance is actually what brings you back into this point of the reality. So you're learning a lot of things. Did you give space to each other? Basically, you are within the union by you giving a space to each other to see what is that unhealthy that you cannot bring within. It's a part of the interdependence. If you look at the interdependence, guys, in there, this is the one person, this is the other person, and here is that common. So if it's something unhealed here, you work on yourself. So the one person gives space and time. If the other person has things to do, you give the space and time. But when you guys have a begin to kind of like a merge this in there, you're working towards the common things for it. Those kind of like situations, which is their personal, can pull out the connection. The connection is gonna pull back itself in. And the moment of this is happening, you need to give time and space to your person to figure it out in reality what they want really to do with you and within themselves. So with this portions, Karen, we give to each other time and space in there to work things out on a personal level for the common union benefit and the connections that it's more grows in there within from spirit and from soul begins to work in a subconscious level, and from subconscious level you already begin to feel what is wrong and what is right, and you're looking at within the reality and you understand what you really need to do. You're here to break things, to break all paradigms and develop a totally new paradigm, but new paradigm based on reality, not in a based out of a false informations, not in a based of this face mask, not in a based of needs, wants, survival modes, and so on. No, because really, you're connecting with this person. Really, you fall in love with this person. Really, you have the inner peace inside of your soul and the spirit with this person. And then whatever it's not working out, you both find out what you need to be work on it. And the more you work things out in there, the more you get in it. The more you actually not only give space to each other, but you give space only for and for each other. You see that when you give space for each other in there, that's what the love is. That's where you're gonna find the love. Not this kind of like, wow, yeah, your heart's gonna comes out of your chest. In there, you're thinking about the physical intimacy, just how you're gonna get the thing going and so on. For it, when are your pieces and soul is it there? When that peace hits you within the soul, that energy is coming in. Heart is in peace. Your body is in peace. You fall into that path of balance. And then your partner comes in and brings the same value of peace and love with you. You don't have the intensity, oh, what should I say? What should I do? Maybe I have to be careful about this, about that. You're not careful. You're real. Because you know on the other side you have a real person. And this is why this workshop is about more about this reality. And yes, giving a space to each other for each other, that is a one thing you're gonna be there. Every twin flame experience has its own purpose, indeed, for you to evolve. Yes, it's got its own purpose. You need to understand at some point the journey is gonna be asking you to evolve in a certain level. More that you need to pay attention within this, and I said this in a lot of people, what do you don't accept, what you don't like, why did the universe brings you to the same positions and you're like, well, I was like this but I didn't like that, well, I was like that but I don't like it, well, I have the same situations and now it's keep repeating even in my twin flame. You haven't overcome. You see, you only choose one side. And when you're one-sided in there, for then for you cannot have a balance because you don't know the other side. You see, whatever the issue is, if you look at it, you already work in operations of judgment. You're judgmental. And a lot of those purposes in the twin flames, it's actually for this balance. Whatever it is, the general thing is about to maintain the balance and the peace. For so if you struggle financially in there, your journey is gonna be asking you to go out there, find out and figure out the things you not to struggle financially. It's gonna bring you to put you to kind of like you've been out on the streets to figure out what you need to do. If that is an emotional level, it's gonna bring you back down with that. You're gonna be without emotions just so you can redevelop the proper emotions. Okay. If that is something about the material possessions, it's mine, 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 mine. Guess what? The universe is gonna create everything that it's yours, yours, yours. But it's not yours. It's in the universe. Universe can do whatever you want it with it. All of a sudden you're losing everything in the material world and you wonder what the heck happened. A lot of the people even complained in there that deal after my meeting with my twin flame, I lost everything. You're supposed to lose everything, everything that you don't need. Imagine if I even spoke about this years ago. Imagine you build life with your face mask. You develop, you create a family, you buy a house, you buy the cars, you have bank accounts, and so on and so on with your face mask, which was false energy. Now you're meeting with the twin flame, you're awakening from within, you're beginning to go with the reality, you don't resonate with the false face mask life you have. And then the energy just destroys everything. It removes it out of the way. But at the same time, it's transforming it. Because right now you're transforming to your real self. And this is when some of the people, even in some of the celebrities in there, if you pay attention of their life, they choose to go out. Don't be into this celebrity. They like a movie artists or singers and so on and so on. They choose that stepping out of the society, go finding themselves out there. One of this personality, if you guys want a personal experience, most of you don't know who that person is. I want to tell you who that is. One of the solo guitarists of Megadeth. His name is Marty Friedman. The first two albums with Megadeth, he developed it in there, and then he's like, no, I gotta do something else. He went for 5 years in Tibet. 5. He come back. The music that he made it back with this in there. We are talking about something out of this world. Okay? But after that, he created different music. As soon as he came out of Tibet, he created something unreal, unbelievable. The music, it is just magnificent. And this is what this is all about. That everything about their own purposes in their own purposes. And with this kind of like energies in the situations, I'm so happy that I did. I came out of this journey for it, and I begin to be focused on that understanding of my new self more and more. I understanding of what the universe want. I begin to give to teaching people. I begin to coaching people. Begin to helping a lot of people in there. But when the people comes in, they get that energy of I mirroring them, so they can look what it's inside of them and help them to find themselves, to find the things within themselves, begin to work within the energies. Okay. And of course, the codependent person is gonna be like, oh, I am one of my twin. I don't work on me, Dio. I think that my twin flame should work on it. I'm like, oh, you got a lot to learn. You see, when I hear I want, I need in there, and the person doesn't work, the issues isn't there. They haven't spiritually matured yet. They're still gonna go fight in there. They're gonna go jump from one coach to another coach to one place to another place and so on. They're gonna look at it until someone tells them what they want to hear. Yeah, but that's not reality. Most people are not real to themselves, but they want real love. Are they real to themselves? Do they look at their own bullshit, their own lower self? Do they look at it in there? And what the journey actually helped up here, and the power of the divine, it is about you to dive deep, you to accept what works, it works. What doesn't work, it doesn't work. When you're trying to do something that it's not proper, all of a sudden there is this wink, 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 wink. Can't go there. You're in connections, you have to work things. You have to evolve. Seek what you need to evolve. So you seek the good, the bad, and the ugly in there. You choose to understand why this is happening, why everything goes that way. And you evolve, and you're getting a new learnings that it's amazing. You see, for most people, they want to be a Jedi, but they don't put the work to be a Jedi. Most people, they want to have the power, but they don't have the responsibilities for the power. They have these divine powers in them. Most people, they want the things in the material world without working something. They want to be receiving it. But the magic there is not to be on the receiving end. The magic is when you actually cooperate and you indulge each other in there with giving. The one gives something, the other gives something, and then wherever it's not right, you still give something to make it right. And that's what love is. And pretty good it is about that the evolutions with as the journey, a lot of the twin flames, Karen, they have a different situations in there. They have a different things. Some people have to get psychology going in there. Some of the connections they are so toxic in psychologist level for it that it's not even funny. Some of the people I had to go ahead and tell them to go to a psychologist. By the way, I have a great news for you guys. I found a great psychologist I'm going to be working in the future with in there, and I'm going to be inviting him in the channel. You guys can have questions to a really high quality person. Really. You see, this is what the new beginning kid is going to be, and this realism. Okay, this realism of the twin flames, because most of the twin flames is still, you know, the dream. Some of the people, they program themselves that they have a twin flame because they hear the informations, okay, but they don't work on the journeys in there. For while the situations right now, even into the community after all these situations with you know who. I don't even like to mention their names and so on. They made a documentary for it too. Actually, that was released exactly a year ago on my birthday. That documentary was released exactly on my birthday. For I'm like, universe, what are you trying to do to me? It's like, no, here. See where you've been and see what they are. Okay? Yeah, did that harm the community? Did that harm the people who's been doing things right? In a way, yes. But even we're talking about from the last year and so on, I can see the difference with me. I still living and evolving of it is what it is. And it's even getting better. The realism is getting better. The visions, the support, the energies from divine, they begin to match and manifest of what it was. Okay? People want to manifest. You're manifesting with the divine. Oh yeah, you can do the magic. You can do this magic and a push. You can push in up people. You can go ahead and using other people to manifesting in there and so on. Try to manifest things with the divine to see how that goes. But when it's manifesting comes in with the divine to you, now you understand manifestations of reality of who you are. You might have heard that before, but when that happens to you, as a spiritual coach or spiritual realizations and so on, you're gonna be seeing it. Yeah, the new world is emerging. That is unstoppable process of evolution. You need to understand evolution has no mercy. Okay, evolution has no mercy. You might be stop evolving this lifetime. You're gonna come back to evolve in the next one. You may gonna stop working on things that you need to develop, or you're gonna come back the next time. There is a karma for this. Okay, the rule of karma, cause and effect. You cause harm, you will come back to understand because the same harm will be done to you to see how as it feels in the end. So you can evolve from this and you can take the same cause and choose to heal and create different effect of healers. Okay? Exactly. This is why me and Paulina Karen, yes, it's better to be honestly in teach twins step back in the reality. Where we are not only teaching the twin flames, actually, and at some point, this label, it's all been used, misused, abused in there. People who not even have idea what the twin flames is, they're using the twin flame label to attract people, to attract views, to talk things that, man, I've seen them all. Even the latest actually is in there for it is matching the twin flame with the artificial intelligence to make a video and talk about what is the right thing with, and to create artificial intelligence to talk about the journeys of twin flame. Why do you guys think so quiet? See, the artificial intelligence, the way it's built, it's actually getting informations from humans. And if the informations of the artificial intelligence is wrong, and you try to making this things in there within the twin flames journey, and you're trying to tell the people what they should do in there, what did the artificial intelligence understands of the life of it is what it is within the twin flame with the spirit and the soul? Pretty much nothing. Why? Because even the most humans don't get it. And now you're out there trying to be the best as you best for, and saying that, yeah, the artificial intelligence says that what you do. I think this is the best way. Right? But you need to understand that that person is chasing what? Chasing the money. While we're here to chasing quality of giving to the society. We may work with 10 people, but those are the 10 people quality that's going to bring the quality to the rest of the world. Right? Why did the Jesus has only like a few pupils in there to teach? He got all those people that worries about them and so on and so on and so on and so on. Right? Not everyone will get it. It's a sad reality, but it is what it is. Hi, Eva. Thank you for coming in and thank you for the happy birthday there. And seeing at this as a future in there, I'm so proud that we working and we focus on the quality. Even into the group of the Facebook, we're still keeping the quality greater out there for the society, the group in itself. For it, it's been a lot of work. There has been done a lot of work. Even I see through the other people talking about the twin flames and so on and so on. For does it need coaching? Yes. Does it need helps? Yes. Does it need understanding and so on? Yes. Okay. This is how it goes in there. Does it need energies exchanges? Yes. Everything needs energies exchanges, right? You're going to work, you make money, you go to the store, you exchange your money for the bread and the food that you eat. But the energies exchanges between yourself and there is important. Why? Because if you operating from the face mask, the needs and so on, in your worries and so on, guess what happens with the energies? The energy is going into these worries, and there is increasing in there, and you're creating more worries within you. So that energy does not have positive perspective to manifest and create and grow. Most of people thinking about that the energy doesn't have to grow. The energy is growing. When you put more positive, when you go into the ground that has nothing, you put a few seeds, you water it, you put your time, effort, and energies into grow vegetables in there, and you get the vegetables and you sell them or you eat them and consume it in there and so on and so on. You actually expend that energy because you created something, right? And without feelings, you're expanding more. It's the same thing with people. When you put time, effort, and energies with the people, they grow, they're maturing, they are blooming, they are evolving, and then they're like, "Thank you, dear." Right? I understood that. I was thankful for the people who helped me. Okay, I was thankful for the people that were on the soul connections. Even I'm thankful to current, situations the way it is. You have no idea how that is. We appreciate so much each other because whatever we do, we're working to benefit each other for each other. And this is what the twin flame should have understand so much in there, and stepping back into the reality there, bringing that people who comes in, take them out from the twin flame, see them where they are, help them to graduate, and then brings them to the new energies of Age of Aquarius. Once that transition's getting done in there, that graduations that it steps in, you understand that the twin flames journey, which is actually is not relationship but journey, then brings out, it becomes a divine partnership journey. Okay, then you begin understanding the advancements you made. You begin to understand the beauty that you did, right? Everyone wants to be having this magical elves energy, this magical angelic energies, this magical inner peace, this spiritual divine personality for one. To become one, it's totally different. You have to do work. You have to cry, you have to be mad, you have to be angry, you have to be choosing in there. And sometimes you choosing the wrong actions and then you're learning and it goes back and forth. You're going through your own hell. And then you cross. You evolve. And then you understand. what was before of what you are right now. And you have that inner peace inside you, have that energies inside it. They're just beautiful. Even then the things are maybe stressful, the things maybe are intense energies in there. Guess what happens? You still maintain your inner peace because you understand them, their purpose. You're not like before. Do it. Cheyenne Thomas, hi. Yes, self-work, self-love. Yes, you gotta have that self-work and self-love because that is a self-growth in there. If you don't love yourself, how would you love somebody else? It's not possible in there because the way you love your twin flame shows up how you love yourself. During the ignitions, though, you ignite it from the soul and you're never experiencing this. You love this person from the soul, you're crazy about it, and so on. And then the things doesn't work out, and guess what? You begin to understand, and you're going down within the energies, and you're gonna begin to understand the path of behaviors that needs to be changed. Are you change your behavior? Do you have the self-love? Because when that person doesn't love you back, it points out it's like, hey, you have that chances to have these connections with me, but in reality you don't love yourself. You only get that glimpses of the spiritual love, that bubble zone, that bubble of the beginning of the awakening and so on, before the separations kicks in. During between that bubble zone and separations, you get the glimpses of the inner work that you need to do. And the inner work, it's one thing that you creates the separation because something is not done properly. And one of these things is actually self-love. And there. Shanice, I am the runner twin, but I've been doing so much inner work, crying, healing, focus on the purpose from God, my twin chaser, block me from everything. Yeah. I made that for Shanice. There is a great video. One of the great videos is like twin flame runner, the female. Maybe you should take a find it on the channel up here. But I want to talk about this for that. When you're running from what? You're running from fear, or you're running that maybe this person is gonna destroy your life that you already worked so hard to build, right? So if you doing your work in there and finding your purpose in there, great. Now the chasers blocked you. Well, at some point the chaser is gonna block you because they're gonna be like, come on, I give you all the love, I give you all the situations, and now you are avoiding me. That's mean you're not good for me. Because you're avoiding your twin flame and you're running from your twin flame because you're avoiding the inner work that you need to do, but you're avoiding yourself. So basically, that's what the runner does. The runner is running from their true self with that lack of reality. While the chaser actually is chasing someone else that is not available. They're chasing outside instead of they chasing themselves. So during the separations of the runner-chaser dynamic, until you don't let it go, you don't let them go, which is the hardest process to be done in spiritual connections, particularly we're talking about within this duality of consciousness in there. You don't let them go in there, you won't find the truth. Now, the truth is in there, when a day comes to you and they say, I'm your twin flame, I understand, let's put things together, let's have these great communications, let's come out in the public, and let's be in publicly a twin flame, then you get your powers. One of the greatest moments of my life was when I understood what I was, and I came out publicly as a twin flame. And I continue telling the people, if you're still going into those rooms as a twin flames, and you cannot even state it that you're publicly twin flame. You're not twin flame for me because you're running from the truth and the publicly who you are. A lot of the people maybe don't like what I'm saying, but do you think I worry about it? But I know what it does when you're publicly out there as a twin flame. You're inheriting your powers because the divine says, like, you're living on your truth. I'm building that truth so the people can see the truth through you. The divine works through you in there for. So the runner and the chaser, when they finding the truth in there, what they are going to do? That is it on purpose. Okay, that is it, the purpose of the separations. If they can handle it properly and so on and so on, two, they're finding the truth within them. Okay, but if you're going out through the rooms and you're posting anonymous posts, or you're making a post just so you can twin flame can see it and so on and so on, I'm guilty of that too. I've done it in my past. You think I don't know about it? Oh, I know about it because I've been there, done that. And this is what this chaser running dynamic stops at some point, because guess what? If you're running from evolution. If you're chasing somebody else and you don't evolve from within you. So once that chaser runner dynamic stops and you do the let it go, guess what? The universe steps in. It's like, okay, let me take care of you. Let's evolve. When you belong to the state of the twin flames known as illuminations, I illuminate, I become the light. That's what the illumination is. So with this in there, Shanice, that's actually is pretty good in there for. But if your chaser is blocked too, that means he's in a lot of pain in there because he got tired of chasing. He's tired of seeking the attentions from within you. But that maybe is his problem, because if he's attention seekers he maybe put a lot of pressures on you and you're running from that pressure that he creates. So it's very healthy that if you look at it, the proper reasons for this. Armin Tabani, hi, how are you? Hi, Dio, can you speak about the desire to have physical relations and create a family? Basically, this is going to be the last thing you want to do on the journey. Okay, it's going to come naturally. If you begin to talk about this physical union, having a family, desire for this physical relationship right off the bat, and that's all you're chasing without the evolution, proper understanding, set up the mindset in there, understand the spirituality, work within the energy, so on, you're doing all wrong. You're still working on the old paradigm in there of creating family without understanding. You have to change the subconsciousness patterns in there, because you're going to repeat probably your parents' cycle, most likely. 90% of the time I see that the people are repeating the parents' cycle. You choose those parents for reasons in there. So if you right away look at for this desire and so on, that comes in also from the old paradigm, like, okay, I like this person, I'm going to take them out on a date, I'm going to be giving this, I'm going to be nice to them, then we're going to go to bed, then we're going to have the aha moments in the bed, and they're going to be mine. I'm going to build a family with them. Boo. Where is your soul? Where is the truth within that? It's not there. You're just doing it this because you don't want to be alone. Now, when you're spiritually awakened, when you're understanding the inner peace within the soul, when you understand your lower and your higher self, when you accept your lower and the higher emotions, when you understand how you to hold on these intense energies and how you to control yourself and work within the reality as it is, then that reality tells you, now you can be in the physical, now you can have a family. Oh, that's a different story. Most people don't do that. And that's what it's the lack of missing of healthy family environment creates so much damage in this world is unreal. And you know what is the biggest damage that we are doing, and we continue doing this, is the wars. Right now, in these generations here that we have currently here, we are the follow-up generations from the damage that has been done over the Second World War. The psychological damage of the survival, fight for survival, then it was passed, you need to be this and that and so on. That pressure, psychological pressure within and so on, create a generations that they are incapable of doing things. And now the spiritual evolutions is here to create and fix all this mess. But guess what? The world is still doing the same thing over and over and over without understanding where the real damage is. Even if you go back thousands of years ago, the great Egyptian civilizations disappear, right? With all that knowledge, right? If you look at it, the only kind of like things that currently surviving in there, that is we're talking about the old paganism, shamanism, that it still exists, and some of the portions of this. Okay, the real spirituality I'm talking about, before even the religions were created, right? So, talking about these desires of the physical relationships, if they're created of survival mode, because some of the people I've been talking to in there, I want my twin flame to comes in and supports me and helps me to have the family and so on and so on. Where is your part? Where is your part? You to go ahead, find a job, making the money, and be that portion of creating that family. You see, some of the things are very poor. I had several soul connections, but in the end, more of them had have led to successful relationship. Successful relationships are good as long as they're teaching you and so on. The question is what is the current reality within you, Armin? Okay, so see that within yourself, Armin, and see what this is. Okay, because I had several soul connections. They were all in a way great in there, but they were willing more to take, not to put in. Right? Because it's more easy to take instead of put in. And this is one for it. I mean, getting married to someone else than my twin flame. If your twin flame, or the person you think is your twin flame, that has to be determined by the universe, you and them only, in there, because he's maybe only a catalyst that ignite that spirituality in there. For the universe is gonna be giving you a replacement. If one person doesn't want to do this work that you need to be in there, if you are challenging all your partners, they to be real and they cannot be real, and they are running away and so on, the universe is gonna keep bring you some people that you're gonna be working with them so they can become real with themselves, then real with you. That's what the love is. In the end, that's what you understand actually about it. Yeah. Nobody likes the reality, even when you know, even if you are advancing in it. You want everything to be nice, beautiful, flowering, and you want the paradise. What can you do to create the paradise? Would you give everything God? All right. Shanice, yes, now I'm learning to face, but he's with another woman right now. Is the one of the reason I ran. Eventually, if you don't work with your partner, the universe may bring another partner that he has to work with. They have to accept this as it is. But you also have to look within you what you did not did. You had the courage to do it, or why the real reason you learn for it. Too. You're welcome, Armin. Shanice, it was afraid. I was afraid of getting hurt, and the connection that was so strong. I mean, everyone is afraid of hurt. Everyone is afraid to be abandoned, and you gotta look more deeply. Why was you afraid of hurt? Because the fears is only illusions. If the connection was too strong in there, it was too strong to help you to overcome the fear. It's you to mature. It doesn't matter in what way. 4. He's persistent constantly, even after he blocks me, but he's just trying to connect even with the other girl. He may be trying to figure out something. He maybe not been fully let you go. 4. I don't know your current situations and so forth in there to it, because some of those stuffs are really kind of like personal. You need to know more about the story to make a really proper comment in there. 4. Because some of the people, they can say they're in twin flame connections, but they can go out and have so many other connections while they are in twin flame connections. They understand the twin flame connection. Okay. And this is one of the universe steps, and it says like no more. 4. But what if you're chasing constantly chases, he still chase even after block being. He has an energy that he wants it to give it to you, he can't give it to you. And what is it he chase? You need to pay attention. Chaser, if you chase the physical you, wants to, hey, I want to see you, I want to hug you, I want to go out on a date, and maybe we can go and have in a room at the hotel and so on, and we can have a great time. Oh, you have a long time to think about it. That's something. But if the person's chasing, it's like, hey, let's come and get together. Let's go out for a coffee and talk about how do you feel from it in your soul? How's everything going with your spiritual journey? And let's talk about like friends and peaceful, have communications in there. I just want to make sure you're okay, because those energies inside of me, they brought me to this evolution. They brought me to these energies. I just want to know, how do you do? See a difference? Big difference. Because I had persons that comes in, without a years for consultations, and they said like he only wants the aha moment in the bed. You still have not become this masculine energy, or even the feminine energies when a guy's connected. You know what is the worst part in this sometimes in there is like they recognize the connections, the spiritual situation, and they still acting on survival mode. I had a mindset coming in. It's like she only wants this. She only wants money. She only wants that. She only wants. She knows the spirit, but she's still asking for that. You're hurting the man. So it's all depends. I mean, getting married to someone else. Oh, okay. I watched the video of the female twin, but if you're right, yeah, but you were right. Facing things and being in the strong woman, also facing emotion. You really had for me to face it. You're welcome. Yeah, Shanice, that video is great. I know in there. Those are kind of like videos in there. To it, it's also great to see and understand the male. Okay, yeah, understanding all those paths. And when we were writing all those information, so these things in there back in the days for it, to people have to look into them. Even till today, the reality is reality, and hopefully that pointed to reality. It is to ground you. The reason to ground you in the spiritual connections, that is it, to bring the heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. That is the purpose. But this, but he's still trying to contact me about this. Okay. He keeps saying that if he wants to be with me, he wants to be with me, he wants to be with me forever, but I shut down and run. You probably don't believe him because he's with another people. Ask yourself what you don't believe. Maybe you don't believe it in him, or maybe he's a toxic in there. But if you don't know why you run in there, for you can connect to me. You can shoot me an email. Maybe we can do some consultations with you and see how that goes. Some of the people know how my consultations works up here. You guys know. Okay, I don't want to make commercials up here, but I think that if you there, you maybe have issues with finding your true self from you, who you are there. But I know you have to work within myself. That's why I stay away, because I need to do self work. Exactly, self work is this. It's always been a self work first. What is my email? You see it, dioaquaspiritunited.com. It's right above. You won't miss it. No, I will post it. Mm. Somehow the the chat doesn't allow me to put it in there into the chat. I don't know why, because I put in .com and so on for it. So, but you see it. It's a Diode Aqua Spirit in there, and so on. I'm writing it down now, right now. Okay, good. Armin, do you have any thoughts on which connections to pursue? Pursue the connections that pursue you and cares about as a soul, and connections that challenges you to grow and evolve in there. That is it, the connection that brings you peace. Okay? If the one is chasing you just to have these physical attractions and to develop all this and so on, more about physical, and you have these things in your stomach and those kind of like pains or butterflies in there in your gut for it. Take a look at the connections that it's connecting into your consciousness with your spirit in there, and that energy of the connections that it's coming in for, and not only challenges to grow, but challenging you to grow within peace. Not that hush, push, rush to be in the physical world, to have these intimacy moments, to begin to build this. Let's go. It pushes you, and then is intensified and creates this codependency in there, and then you begin to hear like, oh, you must do this, oh, you need to be that, and then what do you do? So seek in there, okay? Your heart is gonna be actually, if you've been broken from before, you need to put your heart in there. You need to understand if your heart was broken, the person who actually you need to be really focused within is the one who finds your heart in the pieces, and he is working to put it together. The real love is love the unlovable. That is it, the challenges of the love. That is it, the person who sees how damaged you are, how broken you are, how emotionally you've been wounded, how psychologically you've been there. And they love you to put you together, you to be good for yourself. They give so much power, energy, effort to you. All they ask is love and understanding in return. So this is kind of like connection you have to chase in there. Hi Diamond B, I just saw you with the beautiful, beautiful two hearts. Thank you. Send some good energies to Divino. I hope he's okay. For so I mean, if you are in a one connection and then all of a sudden you have another connection, asking yourself, why you're doing this to yourself? Okay, you have to be real. It can't be kind of like a sitting on two chairs at the same time. And some of the people they are having issues with them. This they're battling. Who should I choose? They go to your friends. They go to your family members. They go to your bosses. They look into someone with different authority. Wow, they don't look within themselves when their soul and the spirit that connects to the divine and ask the divine directly. Because the people can tell you only on the basis of their experience. But you're going to people, to your coaches that comes in and tells you, no, go see the experience you already have. Go see the experience that was. And go see what the experience is right now. And go see yourself of what you need to do now within yourself to improve yourself so that can bring different results. Some of the people comes in and they're like, can you give me this energy or information, so and so on and so on, or you can give me this magical pill. No, there is no magical pill. You're the magical pill. There. I'm the chaser, and my chaser gets jealous even he blocks. He still finds a way to look at my page. Yeah, well, the chaser, that's what they do. They're checking out on you. They're checking out the lost opportunity in there. Or that's what this is. Okay. So, but how to respond to contact? Don't respond out of a fear, and don't respond of this kind of like, oh, you wounded me, I'm gonna wound you back. The only way to respond is like, okay, you know what? I think it's time for us to meet. Let's go out for a cup of coffee, determine it. What is our connection? And go seek. He cares for your soul, for your spirit, and how you are doing with life. If he cares for you, he's gonna care for your soul and spirit and your being. How are you being? Human being, right? Humanity from a soul. And that's how I should respond. Just sit down and there. Josie, it's your birthday, deal. Happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday to me. Yeah, happy birthday to me. I am there. That's how it goes. To it. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I have a question. Why does my twin flame chaser copy me? He copies me in Instagram. If I block him, he block me. Why does he does that? You guys are mirroring each other. That's what the mirroring is. Okay. Until you don't sit down and talk about all this. You stop playing the child's game. You become more mature. Try to be mature with him when he communicates to you. It's like, you know what? Let's stop this game. Come on. Let's meet. I want to see. I want to face my fears with you. Can you go ahead and face your fears with him? Okay? And this copying and so on and so on, kind of like sometimes is proper, sometimes is really kind of like not healthy. You can feel the energies within you if it's healthy or not. Okay? You know what proper healthy is? If your soul connections had a dream of talking to its brother or family member, and you had a dream on the other side of the world talking about they had a dream with the family member, and there was a family parents that you two had to work on it. That's how the connection properly works under the divine guidance. So yeah. Hi to Inflame Power, glad to see you here. He asked me if I want to go somewhere to eat. If the blanking keep blocking me in there. Okay. Thanks to Inflame Power for the birthday. The see here. You guys know. Every time you say face fears, I get frustrated. I should not. I laughed at myself. It's so frustrating. Ah, so that is your problem, facing your fears. Shanice, face your fears. Victoria, hi. Hello and happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, you guys have some more questions. We can go for it. Shanice, I'm back and forth when it comes to this man, but I do really love him. I just run, I think, constantly. For why are you running? You're running from facing the truth. It's called avoidance. And Shanice, if you take a look at it, go search avoidance personality disorder or avoidance personality relationships. Seek it. Maybe you will find truth there. Why I'm pointing out this. Why every time he talks to me, I cry and I yell at him and cry. Because you yell at him because he's challenging you and you are angry and you are crying because you understand or feel powerless inside of it. To heal on patterns inside of you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else got some questions up here? Yeah, happy solar return. Yeah, he's been this Libra situations in there. Very powerful energies, astrology wise. Proper things. And I'm seeing it. You guys, if you're following the astrology reports, the energy reports, in there, it's been good. Actually, I'm so proud of the astrologies continue evolving. Even though that combine the wisdom with the daily activities with the energies of the wisdom, those are very powerful things that I'm so grateful for the past year. I am so grateful on the past year about the journey, and if I see some things right for within me, I'm appreciated in there. It's good to be out in a service of others. But when you see that by servicing others, you also help yourself in there, that is a one thing that you should look for it. Okay. Happy birthday, Dio, Josh. Hey, Josh. How you doing out there in Australia? Hopefully you're doing fine. And thank you, Josh. How is the challenging me? I try to understand. He's maybe challenging you. He's maybe telling you something, pushing your buttons, kind of like triggers you inside. Take a look why you're angry, why you yelled. You should not yell to your twin flame connection. Something's wrong with that. Why are you yelling? And then why you're crying? Because you may be yelling, create the damage, and then understand the damage that you did, and then you're crying. I have to see this with him. But this could be a problem with duality. Because if you have a lot of masculine energies within you that it's toxic, and he comes with these beautiful masculine energies, you have a fight. So you yell at him like a toxic masculine energies, and there while he is seeking your soft, undeveloped feminine energy inside of you that you are running from. You're running to develop your soft, beautiful feminine side inside of you. That could be another thing in there. I'm trying to get all my questions answered before I leave off live. Well, Shanice, yeah, that's a good thing when you have a lot of questions, yeah, isn't there? For they're good questions actually. It's helping a lot of the people, and yeah, this is what I do for it. But you know, there is also I hope there is some other people with a lot of questions in there, too. But he said when I cried, tell I yell because I don't know. He just won't stop. Don't even know why I run. I have to see there is gotta be a reason. He said when I cry, I yell because I don't know. Why you are yelling? You don't know. Maybe there is could be something within you that is a pattern that cannot mature, cannot grow, or something. You know, some of the people who have situations within them psychological wise in there, they don't know why they're yelling. All of a sudden, they begin to yell. For, but this is more for kind of like more private talk explanations because I need to know more about your past, you know, to tell you the really the answer. You can just or yeah, ask me why you're running, and there I'm pointing out directions. Diamond B, there comes a point in a journey when there is peace within. You are not chasing you. Wish them well, but it just doesn't matter as much. You are at peace. Exactly. That's what happened the last time. I was at peace. I wasn't looking. I wasn't great in there. Actually, there is a people here who actually knows all this. What happened between me and Paulina then there for it. That was the inner peace connection. So yes, when you striving for that inner peace on a personal level, you're gonna be attracting the person in the inner peace, in the soul within you. For great one. That would be. Thank you, Josie. I've known my person for 25 years. He's unhappy married, married high functioning alcoholic. He recognized our soul connections. He said he loves me, but he fears the living in the truth. Uh, continue. Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for the continue part, Joyce, to see it. But talking about the alcoholism and all this, those are the energies of a form of escaping. Instead of dealing with this, people drowning themselves with an alcoholic or drugs or whatever it is in there, just so they cannot deal with the situation. Wow, they should focus on dealing with situations. And I know this personally through my father's experience in there. He wasn't able to overcome the divorce with my mom. He went out to the alcoholic situation, so his life that cost his life actually. So, but that's what this is. After he lost his job, but not being in the contact, it has been over 3 months, but he strongly recognized our connections. Good, yeah, recognizing the connection is great. As you sit down and you see what the problems, why cannot be in the connections in there, what cannot be in the situations from within, and seeking it in there, Tracy. Okay, So this is what it is, a power. You to talk in peace with uncomfortable. When the energy is uncomfortable, when the energy is triggered, when the energy is low. And that's what the twin flame is. You're transforming on this kind of like energies, you're transforming to peace. Whatever you're turning, okay, you're turning to a peace. That peace brings love. Different kind of love. Not what you think the love is when your heart is palpitating and then so on. That's a good love. That's emotional based love. I'm talking about when you peace, put your head on a pillow and you have that peace and love. And you have this mellows energy that it comes into here, goes to your throat chakra, it comes into your heart. You have that peace and relax with no worries. And you're happy living that reality. You're living it. You're not imagining it. You're not fantasizing it. You're not demanding it. You're living it. There. I've been on and off situation for 3 years with Divine Masculine and went completely silent. But I think I still haven't let go. Live with this every day. How to completely let go of the connections and move on. You actually, when you catch yourself to start thinking for them, you're like, I'm not thinking. If that was a real thing, it's gonna comes in, it's gonna call on the phone, it's gonna manifest it. Somehow he's gonna do something. I have to stop this. And you let go. And there's gonna be, yes, it's gonna be some trails with you about this person. But you're not allowing that energy that he's not next to you and so on to ruin your life, to occupy your time, to occupy it in reflecting in your behavior patterns. Because sometimes you maybe have this anger burst because of him, but you send that behavior burst if you have a kid towards your kids. Why would you do that? That is the reason to let it go. And when you let it go, you find the inner peace within you there. Because if that person clearly doesn't want to be next to you, they're not there and so on, even that the energy is calling for in there, that is they're about to let it go. Because that energy is pushing you, how hard it is. But a lot of the people have issues of letting go because they're codependent. And the let it go has its purpose. When you let it go of the soul connections in there, you begin to go in the path of illumination. Okay? Because that path of the illumination is going to be, if he is my real twin, he's going to be finding the real way. He's my real twin flame, my twin flame. The universe is going to make this happen. If he is my real twin, things going to manifest and I don't have to worry. Because I know it is what it is. And later on in the positions into the journey, you will understand how two mature souls, they can talk to each other and resolving the things they need to resolve and so on. Okay? So take a look at Bakut, Bakit, I don't know how to pronounce it in there, for to it, but yeah, letting it go is a must in there. I have trust issues and a trauma in my childhood that probably doesn't help, but I love him. Okay. Trust issues. So basically, if you have trust issues with him, you have trust issues within you. If you have a trauma in your childhood, probably was reflecting with something in the family. You are afraid to have a family, so you're running to have a family. You're running to have a relationship. Does not help, but I love him. He's so hard for me to be myself around him. Why is it going to be so hard? You shouldn't be so hard. You haven't learned to be a real, so it can be not be hard. You know what's the beauty of being a real? You don't have to make things You don't have to do things out. You're real. And you know what? You don't have to remember anything. But you remember when you are trying to paint yourself on different life. You remember when you are kind of like having a sneaking agenda, right? Now, since you're twin flame and you're real, well, no, you're about yourself. You don't worry about it. What kind of beautiful freedom that is? You're yourself in front of another person. You're vulnerable, open. That person has the chance to harm you, right? Afraid are you? And then they're trying to harm you. And the pain goes inside of them. And they're harming themselves. And you're like, oh, it is what it is. They're not ready. They want a passing pain instead of passing love. Oh, it is what it is. I have to accept it. I have to let them go, let them do their inner work. But I also have to do my inner work. Why I'm attracting people like this? Poof. Right? And you have to look at that family patterns. I see some family patterns there passing from child to parents to grandparents. All those are there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're there. So if you're hurting the family, you have to check things out. He also called me his other half, which confuses me. You're afraid of the reality of the truth. Shanice in there. Yeah, take a look. The answers is within the fears. Face your fears, they're illusions. I made that video and there is a lot of healing sessions out there, the live healing sessions. I made a lot of playlists. You guys can check the playlists. I put some playlists from my channel. And they're here. Hopefully you guys look at them. They're for you. They're made for you. All right. Thank you, Dio. That's a Jodeci. We'll talk for hours about human and icon. And I'm a calm, peaceful place. The fear the fear overruns him. I fear he won't live to his potential life the way he abused alcohol. There is that movie, Joyce, in there. It's an Indian movie, if you can find it. A very good movie. It's called Ashiki 2, I believe it was. Not 1, 2. Ashiki 2. I don't know if I can be able to get you a link for this, but let me see if I can try.
बीती देवरा के साथ जबरदस्ती की
Encuentra el dominio perfecto para tu negocio y conéctalo con tu email, hosting.
Yeah, that's what this is. Let me see if I can be able to paste it here. No, it doesn't allow me to post in there links. YouTube doesn't allow me. There you go.
मुझको
Got it.
इरादे दे
Thank you. Good to
कसमें
know.
दे वादे दे मेरी दुआओं के इशारों
Guys,
को
that movie is
सहारे
actually a
दे
great story about
दिल को
exactly what
ठिकाने
happened with alcohol and unfulfilled potential. But he saw in her potential, and he gave everything for her to reach to that potential. But he cannot let it go of the alcohol. But in there, you can see the energies, the love, the soul love. Even though at the end, she had to sign her name with his family name underneath. It's a kind of like a very bad, heavy Indian movie in there. In a way, very powerful for too. But that movie has that, as you speak, that energy about this alcohol issues in there. Okay, and you can see it. So that, yeah. Okay. Use a twin flame, by the way, as we're talking about here. You need to be learning to understand other cultures. If you're denying a culture in there, look at yourself while you're denying it. Have you been living in that culture and you did a lot of mess? And you kind of like, oh, I don't like this. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I'm looking at a lot of cultures. I learned to be in a lot of cultures. I'm not denying the cultures. Come on, I had a twin flames coming in from religions. They have been hating each other for centuries. In there, they've been culture-wise and so on and so on. But when the connection exists, and there is nothing you can do about it. The question is when a connection doesn't exist, why are you repainting it in there? Because when you repaint, paint, why you bring the pain in there? To understand, the journey should not have, the only purpose for the pain is to point you out the things that change you heal in there. Okay? Then the top of that, I will want to know how to tell the boyfriend I have now that I'm in love with this man that deserve help. If you, first of all, Shanice, before you not have to be honest with yourself, what part of a love is within you? I went out into my ex and I talked, love with this woman. I harm her. I don't know what it is. I cry my ass off, but this cannot continue, and that's all that is. Do you have to tell? You have to live to the truth. It doesn't matter how much uncomfortable it is. Because the worst feeling is to be in a bed with someone, to have a relationship with someone, and you to love another person. How's your sleep? How's your guilt going? Where is your mind is? You see, this is what the power of the soul is. They're telling you you're not to cheat in yourself. You're one person, you're within one person in there. So far in there. You have to be honest with yourself. Exactly. That way only twins can understand the connections we share, Shanice. A soulmate, boyfriend, etc. cannot understand the connection. This is spiritual connections. Exactly. Thank you, Diamond B. Exactly. We gotta have a good conversations coming up here with this. Yes. Okay. It is what it is. But what makes it harder that God has facing trials and suffering for my purpose, and I have twin flame chasing me, so I'm harder. Don't run from the twin flame. See what it does. Yeah. Bakit, thank you, dear. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Joycey. That is the link. Thank you and much appreciated. Yeah, that is it. That movie. You may gonna find that movie on the YouTube in there. For you actually can see it. There is kind of like a few websites out there that they have that movie for free. Or the other thing is you can order it the DVD that it's in English in there. Uh, to comes in directly to your home. You can watch it. Uh, too. But that is that movie. Yes. Shanice, do you feel when he's under the influence? Okay, God has called me to be a fighter, and God wants me to be with my dreams. So God has me going through a lot, a lot. No one talks about the pain of all the sweat and tears, healing, the fighting that has to be happened. Oh, it's not about nobody's talking. People have been talking. What happens is that people don't listen, and the only way is to listen. It is like finding the answers within the pain. Shanice. Most people don't want to go to the pain and look at it for the cure, because the cure is embedded within the pain. The cure. Most of the people, some of the people they're here right now in a chat and they know them, they can tell you how this works. Okay? If you're escaping with that part, that is. You're wanting to be together of it is hard. It is hard to inflame power. He's under he's actually something is wrong. Okay, God wants you to be ready for your highest potential. This journey is not a love journey with two individuals. It's a spiritual journey for its self-awareness. Exactly. Armin Tabani, how do you deal with being hurt in connection? You need to understand if you have a hurt, if you are hurt from your soul connection in there, to uh, why was the hurt from? Is that was a past hurt that came out on the surface, or that was the hurt that the person pointed towards you? They want to hurt you, or they want to do this. Usually, the hurt is actually the ego games in there. It's the game of the egos. Shows up a lot of the unhealed patterns in there. Now, if the person wants to hurt you, you're gonna ask them, okay, you love me, you want me to be with you. Why are you hurting me? Where does that pain come from? Ask them. Why you want to hurt me? I haven't done anything to you. I was just lying. Why you want to hurt me? So the hurt in there is when you choose to understand the hurt's not gonna cause you damage. But when you getting within the heart, you see the root within the heart, Armin. The root in there, it came from somewhere else. A lot of the people when they comes in, they shows me their problems within the surface. I take him down into that root. Taking him down, some of the people know what it is about up here. And when you're taking it to the root, when you fix the root, all the surface problems, because they are layers out of it, of problems, because the original issue is this, but then that original issue creates another two issues. Those two issues create another four issues. Those four issues created another 16 issues. Those 16 issues, okay, created another 64 issues. And now I see a 64 issues, and I lock you down. Primary. And that's what you need to do. To find the way to get into that one primary thing. Also, you have to look at it inside of yourself, guys, for the primary thoughts. When you're facing challenges, when you're facing situations, what is your primary thought? The primary thought is going to be showing you how you acting in there. The second thought is going to be how you're going to be proactive. What can you do to do the right thing? The one can comes out of the fears, the other one can comes in, and there to understanding what you need to feel and this is what you need to look at it inside. If you're hurt and you're staying in the pain and so on, you're acting in the situations. But if you are kind of like at a second thought, it's like, why would I have to be hurt? He's got a problem with himself. He's trying to pass his pain to me. I don't need that. Let me shift it back to him. Let me ask him inside of him, why do you have that pain in you that you're pointing to me? I don't need that. I don't need it. And this is what this proactive. This is the path of you looking at. This is why when you start healing people, the real healer, what it says, oh, you want to answer? You need to look from within. You need a mirror about it. You go look at yourself in the mirror, ask yourself the same question. What would the answer will be? A lot of the people think that the answers, oh yeah, your twin flame is going to be with you. They seeking for that answer. Oh, I can help you to get you with your twin flame. Don't worry about it. Give me some money. I'll get you in there. You know how many stories I've heard about this? Or people who went out to a certain, I won't say what, there, and they're like, yeah, until this date, you're going to be in the union with your twin flame. I saw this. You're going to be in union. Nothing to worry about it. The day passed. And you're not in union. And then you're worried about it. What happens? Dear, what happened? I was told that I was supposed to be in union. Really? They ask you questions. Did you work on yourself? Or you just wanted your twin flame? Why do you want your twin flame? Most people don't have an answer for that questions. Why do you want your twin flame? So much been throughout the years, guys. So much. And I'm actually so happy even in my birthday being here with you guys because now the journey is actually more easier. The journey actually is much more easier. It's much greater, much peaceful, much understandable. Okay? It's the same time you're in heaven, the same time you are in the reality within the 3D. Then you understand a lot of things. Okay? All right. If he wants me, he can come to me. If he wants me. Yeah, but Shanice, if he comes to you, would you run? No. Twin flame power. As twins, we do feel what other half feels. Glad he has stopped drinking, Shanice. Okay. Armin, could you give us an example how the root multiplies into many different problems? Okay. Example of this. Okay. You were playing as a child in the street and you felt this little boy in there. He had these sparkling eyes and so on and so on. And you wanted to go to that boy in there with that beautiful girl's side with you in there. You went to that boy, and guess what? That boy just went out and he had that his smile in itself. It's like, no, I don't want to work with you, and I don't want to play with you, and so on. And you kind of like, why that? You try to push him back for love in there until that boy didn't push you. Then you cried, and you be unafraid of hurt, right? Now, being afraid of hurt, you create these issues inside of you that when you go into the relationships inside, that creates avoiding to talk to people because you're afraid now to avoiding to talk to people. Then you create another issues. It's about relationship with others when it comes within. So you begin to create those two main problems. Now, these main problems, the avoidance, can begin to lead of lack of maturity throughout the first 7 years to understand the patterns of life the way they are in there. And when things starts coming in, you begin to have isolations. You begin to live in a hermit mode as the issues. You begin to live in so on and so on. And to the other side in there, when you are challenged of what's going on with others, you begin to act cold, strange, and so on and so on and so on. And now you have those upper layers. You're going into a mature life, and so on. And it's like I don't have my situations, I don't have my things, and so on, so on. For example, 2, 4, and you come and it's like I don't get this emotion. Now I have to walk you down, break it down those layers to get down. Is like, hey, what happened to you as a child? Sometimes that can happen with many other reasons in there. Sometimes you may be experiencing a abuse at the family, maybe between your father and your mother, and you decide not to have relationships, and that affects them there, and so on and so on. So this is kind of like those situations can be. I hope that answers you, Armin, in there. Shanice Diamond B, yes. Okay, Diamond B, the pain brings growth. No pain, no gain. Yeah. The mirror back. It's the love that hurts me the most that I'm him and God gave me seems unreal, breaks me down. The whole video of the twin flame female runner that you made sound just like me, except I don't have a kids. Eva, Shanice, when you're a true to your own self, stand up for what you are, that our TF is going to be true to us. They are mirroring us to get to see us, and the answers are inside of us. Andrea, hi, thank you for being here. For Shanice, I don't know. This is all confusing to me. I'm facing my tears, pain, trauma, and leaning more in the God and trusting Him. But when it comes to my twin, I still have doubts. You have a doubt in there because of a doubt within yourself. If you have a doubt within your person, you have a doubt within yourself. Armin, yes, that was great. Thanks for it. Oh, happy birthday, Libras. Yes, exactly. Happy birthday. Okay. Ah, so what it was? Yeah. Guys, if you don't know, I moved to Spain. I'm working on the house right now, and they're planning some more new stuff coming for the upcoming year. For planning something for 11/11. We'll see what's gonna happen with 11/11 and there. To looking at inside of your own selves in there, but maybe something's gonna happen. Let the universe happen what it's supposed to be. Hi, Lorna. Thank you for the birthday. What is that doubt? How do we find the roots of these problems? Take a look why you have a doubt. Usually the doubts are internal wars from within yourself. That could be a lack of maturity. For example, most of the problems that exist is because of lack of maturity. Shanice. For. So, how do we fix these things if we don't know what or why we run? You have to dig more deep in the under layer of the subconscious. That's where it's buried. And there, it's inner work. Yeah, exactly, Diamond B. What else I was wanted to say here today, guys? There was something in my mind I wanted to tell you for it. Yeah, these new periods are that are coming. Let me talk you a little bit about the future for um two and some of you in there gonna feel these energies. They're already feeling it in there. Is by knowing how does it feel to hold on, and how does it feel to let it go of the new energies to comes in. You hold on to the old. I'm talking about the old paradigms, the old patterns, even within the twin flames journey, to let it go of energy and a force that comes in and builds in there too. And talking about those kind of like energies of the future, it is about creation. See, once you fix yourself in there, to when you get in within your journey for when you get the things out there, to you're gonna begin to look at it to create something. What is that creation is? A lot of the people get that creations and do something in a material does something. They do this and that, and so on and so on. But this, what I'm talking about, is going to be different. You create a different power of consciousness. Talking about power of consciousness as a advancements uh, with in the society. We are talking about how you talk when you're in society, how you act when you are in the society, how you are in there within the society, how's your engagement within the society, what do you do as this, and this is how you're going to understand that the creations of these patterns inside of you, they're actually going to be transmitting to the other people as an example. But that is a the energy that comes in right now. There's going to be a huge shift coming in. I'm talking about within the next 6, 7 months from now. Okay, when the sun is going to be at transiting from Pisces into Aries and Taurus. Okay, this is going to be ending of one things, beginning of totally new. That is going to be that astrology energies there. Okay, Diamond B, Libra Moon, yes, great. Emotional balance within the relationship in there, yes. So, Shanice, I'm gonna kind of like stop answering your questions because this video becomes only about you, and it's kind of like blowing up the chat in there. Sorry about that. I have to tell you this in there, but I think that you got a lot of questions, answers here within the community, and yeah, I think that you should following the advices you already got in there. It's not like pushing you away or and so on, but there is some also, informations that needs to come out up here. You have things to say. For this is why I told you if you need some help, you can get a really help in there. You got my email in there. For so that kind of like things. You know, I hope you got the great advices up here that can help you out in your way for. But this is kind of like over the limit a little bit from your side, and I hope you're understanding this. Too, so I have to do some things in there, but I will, if I was you, I will follow the Diamonds B advices. Look at it in there. Why? Why the runners front? Okay. Uh, so yeah, All right, I think you get in it. I think you understand it in there. For and I will appreciate it. From your point with this in there. Uh yeah, Saint the love is great. It's powerful too. Um, there is a the energies between two people that's gonna come as a ascended. Um, that ascension energy, or as we talking about, if you know the energy that came in for like 2 years ago, now it's gonna begin to walk in. We have these transformations of walking into that ascension energies that's coming out. Walking into that ascension energies coming out. If you're one of these people in there, you see your ascensions. For your ascension is gonna be based of reality, a real. No more BS. You will face, you will feel the fakiness, you will feel the fake energies, fake situations, so on and so on. You're gonna be, again, go back into that, it is what it is, reality. Okay. But your ascension is gonna comes in because you understand the energies and what you need to do and create. So it's going to be building that power within yourself of creation. You see, it's not anymore about what it was because you healed patterns in there. You are ready for it. You're going to be talking of what it was, it is what it is. But then you're going to start talking what it's going to be. And when you say what it's going to become, that is it because you understood that from the cause you're creating different effects that you know what those effects will create a cause. You already know what is gonna be the things of your effects on and based of your own personal development as a twin flame out there. Yes, exactly. Current that is the ascension is a resulting of acting in reality exactly. So uh, your mirror soul. Okay. Eva, much love, Shani. Sending love, healing. Thank you guys for the support. You're welcome. Very welcome. To many of us feeling physical symptoms of this change in timeline, self-care awareness. Oh my God, yes. I spoke this. Mine, it's been a lot of years. Can't pinpoint it. 5 or 6 years, or even more. I was like that. Our bodies within the DNA, they not developed this. I think so. I also spoke about why the twin flames has to have a kids. We have the vibrations, we have the energies, understanding, we have this encoded in our DNA, but our bodies cannot be remade in a base of that new DNA improvements within us. So we have a hard time handling the body, basically the bone system mostly, and so on to be acting and reacting of these new energies. So yeah, there's gonna be some rough moments. You may have some rough problems with the bone system, particularly in there with vibrations and so on and so on. But your brain is gonna be the same. Your brain can handle it. Your consciousness can handle it. What you cannot handle it is your body, because your body was not built accordingly to the new vibrations. And this is what is going to be the change. We are going to start seeing some changes within the body. 4. We're gonna be seeing some differences in there. Maybe we are gonna be seeing some the primary way of the bodies that needs to be according to the original creations in there. Okay, but the body handling the vibrations for 2, as you said very well, self-care awareness. Something hurts you, go pay attention in there. But at the same time, if you've been holding to old patterns and you're stuck in life, oh, you're gonna have a lower back problem. You don't know where you're gonna have. You don't know how to walk within the journey. You're going to have a feet problem. You don't see where you're going. You're having eye problems. You don't want to talk about the journey. Oh my God, your throat and your back neck, it hurts like son of a gun, right? You don't know what you're doing, and then it's like, man, my hands are hurting. Dio, what happened? Do you know what you're doing? So it's a lot of things connecting with this, and it's actually a very good point in there on twin flame power. And what I'm gonna leave you guys today, because I'm having other plans. I have a cake. All right, to it. I want to give you one thing. You want to find out the real power inside of you, say twin flame. Go sit down with that person and be open without being afraid if you're gonna get hurt. Being vulnerable, truthful. Be a good listener. Be a lover. Be understandable. Be balanced. Be at peace. Be at harmony. Then you want to find what you are made of. If you can achieve this actually inside of yourself, this is your power as a twin flame. This is your ascension path. And with that power, guys, what would you do? And there. Okay? So maybe next time we can make a questionnaire so we can ask more questions. Shanice, I make some questions and answers in there. Usually the people asking for like, talking about 4 or 5 questions per person in there. But if I have to make a questions and answer, for like 30 or 50 questions, so on, it's kind of like a little bit overboard, because that's how it look in there. If you have a concrete questions and you get in a concrete answers in there, yeah, I used to do a daily chat, and one of the reasons I stopped doing those daily chats because the people came in with thousands and thousands of questions, and the video become particularly about these people, and then the other people had no chances to express themselves in there. And I promised to myself that if that kind of like a things happening in here, kind of like a answer to the questions in there, but when I start seeing it that it's overboard and passing that limits in there, kind of like a stop. It's not about this, it's because it's the energy of the attention has to be properly in there, reality. You have to have this as you're a public speaker, you gotta have this situations, and that's kind of goes. But in the future is the questions and answers. Yes, there has been, and I will suggest you really go to the live sessions. It says daily chat in there, or soul chat in there. You can see those some of those videos in there. You can see that inside for it. Okay. Thank you, Lorna. The flower you spoke of it is in Twin Flames' mom wedding ring she gave me. Man, we were trying to figure out what is those wedding rings. You guys are talking about those flowers in there, Twin Flame Power. They were came out before. And I don't know, reach out to me if you can. I would love to hear about it. She says, okay. Well, maybe a little questions here and there when you go live. Yeah, little questions, like few questions here and there is great, Shanice. But if you have like so many questions, you won't get answers, and then kind of like creates the video personal, like personal for you. I understand it's actually public video here to it. So sometimes, that kind of like sometimes when I see that even the answers are leading to a personal informations that it's actually is going to be out in the public, sometimes it's kind of like interfere with certain energies. So hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. Thank you for all you and Paulina do for us. We love you both. Thank you, Lorna. Yes, we're doing it ourselves. Thank you, dear. You're welcome. Eva, you're so lovely, Shanae. Beautiful heart. Thank you for your videos and love true bless your heart videos. Thank you. I enjoy hearing your voice videos. So I get overly excited. Sorry. You're welcome. Not a problem as long as you learning how to balance yourself, particularly about the balance, Shanice. And as I said, uh, you can get help as long as when you get the help, what you do with that help, you applying it within you, and so on. And to tell you some few words and ending up with this, I wish you guys to focus and seeing it, what's real and what is not. Okay, be in the reality. That's how I start the video in there. And be what in reality, it's not gonna get you a lot of people. It's not gonna get you so many things. But being the reality is gonna bring the quality. Okay. I'll say this again. Being the reality will bring the quality. And from that quality, it's gonna bring the quantity, the energies that you're gonna work, situations that are going to be, the life that you want to experience. Okay? But quantity is the expansion. But if you get to the quality in there within yourself, that's gonna be a quality and expansions, not only within yourself, but it is a part of the universe itself, because you're part of the universe in there. You're gonna be learning on this reality. Okay? And when that reality hits you and it creates that quality within you, you are gonna be the most happy, lovely person, because it's a quality time. Why did they call it quality time? You'll get it. I hope you guys gonna get it. I hope you guys gonna be smiling and happy for yourself. I hope you guys gonna be put your house in a pillow and you are gonna be sleeping in peace from your soul. Okay? That's what this is. All right, Karen, thanks. See you soon. Yes, Karen, you're gonna see me very, very soon. Exactly. For what, 5 days? So, yeah. Twin Flame Power, we're all here to help each other, students and teachers too. Exactly. The point of the students and the teachers to become the master, and the master tells the student, boy, I felt more than you can ever try. And I'm still failing. I'm still a student. Then you go back into that circle. And there. But that was a very good flame power. All right, guys. I want to say thank you for the wishes. I want to say thank you for the time. And there, I want to say thank you to myself, helping you guys up here, being in this tradition for it. I'm not planning to change this tradition of doing some workshops on my birthday. You guys know how that goes. Hopefully the next year we are gonna be doing something more. Hopefully the next year we are gonna be doing this life with more people, more help in there, but that is it, the universe job. And I think that right now, currently, with the Twin Flames society that we are going in there, I think the things is gonna be really clearing out. For the path is gonna be more clear with more people and so on. So, all right, guys, but stay true, stay real, be in the reality that builds your quality, that brings you to the quantity. That's how we are gonna be changing ourselves, being an example, a quality example to others, and then that quantity is gonna come in and transfer, because the more people is gonna be like you. As the same way that people didn't talk about twin flames 6, 8, 10, 9, 10 years ago, whatever. Now everyone put it in a twin flame there. It's kind of like pretty much everyone's talks about twin flames, right? All right, guys, that's all I have for you. But sending love to all of you, and take it as much as you need it, guys. Here's the gifts of love. And be loved, people. Always be loved. Thank you, guys. See you next time.